Hey guys, MJ here from Nightwalker Gear. Today we're going to look at the new light called EDC25, right? How it stacks up against other lights and the 5 key design features that makes this the best concealed tactical light that gives you high brightness and quick access without the bulk and the weight. Before we begin, if you want to win this latest EDC25, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Comment below on if you use this new light in your work and why. Right? Once we hit 500 likes, I'll announce the winner in the description box below. So let's start with the biggest question. Who is this EDC25 for? The guys that have been buying this are the concealed carry groups, the VIP security teams, business travelers even, right? They all love how flat it sits on their person, right? And how you can carry it anywhere without a holster. It does not imprint through clothing as much as a typical tube-shaped lights. But even at its compact size, it still packs a 3000 lumen punch, the same brightness as a full-on tactical light like the P23i here, right? But just without the bulk, right? Look at how slim this is. Okay. Now this is clearly not a search and rescue type of light where you need to use it for long hours, right? The battery is too small and you can't swap out the battery on the spot as it's a built-in battery, right? So this is clearly meant for personal carry, quick access, maximum power, easy to hide, and for self-defense. Now self-defense because the length and shape mimics a blade in hammer fist grip, just like this Benchmade here. And that's the reason why so many people are drawn to this light. It's slim, powerful, easy to use, and it fits anywhere. So let's dive in. First up is beam type. Compared to the older EDC27, this uses a new UHI LED from Night Lab, which has higher candela rating, which means a more intense hotspot, adding an additional 50-meter beam distance across all the different brightness levels. Now the difference on paper looks little, but it's very noticeable when you compare the beams side by side. More mixed beam than flood now. I find this way more useful and less restrictive than a full-on floodlight. It still only hits up to 180 meters on 1000 lumens, so don't try to use this to look at things at a distance. This is not the light for that. This excels in close range engagement, it's light, it's fast, and it won't weigh you down. The same brightness levels at 15 lumen, 65, 200, then jump to 1000 lumens, and then hold the big button up top for turbo 3000 lumen. Yes, I know you can't have 3000 lumens constant, and this is not meant to do that because of how small it is. It's going to overheat and burn out. If you want constant 3000 lumens, go for the P23i here. It's a trade-off between size and brightness. Turbo is there to help you get out of sticky situations quickly. The level indicators will turn off one by one. It shows the remaining time you can use turbo for. It's roughly 10 seconds. So you left one dot and then down to 0, then it will cut back to 500 lumens. The brightness level that holds constant is 1000 lumens at 1 hour 30 minutes when all 4 blue LEDs are lit. If that's too short, drop it down to 200 lumens here, and it runs a very decent 4 hours 15 minutes. Now this brightness is enough for clearing room to room, right? You don't need 1000 lumens to move through indoor spaces. If you drop it down again at 65 lumens, the runtime pushes to 14 hours. Now this brightness is perfect for sorting through gear, general walk around patrols. At any time you need turbo or strobe, just hold the big button, right? Do what you need to do, let go, and you're back to where you're at. This level of control is impossible for older lights like the MH12 V2, right? I can't go to, let's say low, and then I go to turbo, I check what I need to check, and then go back down to low again, right? I have to cycle through and even use 2 hands to get to the mode I want. This is what I mean by tactical level control, the ability to access everything you need from one hand without breaking grip. It fits into your workflow and it extends the runtime. Next up, indicators. The big difference is the LED screen. It has been replaced with the similar LED indicators as the popular MH12 Pro. Right, you can see the 2 colors here. Green for battery on the left and blue for brightness level on the right. Plus a red lockout indicator on top. What you don't have after giving up the display is exact lumens, lockout timers, and remaining runtime. Is this a deal breaker? No. I can live without the fancy display. I much prefer these simpler blue-green lights. This reduces the cost of the light and overall makes it more rugged. Less things that could break over time are always better. Moving parts, rubber, charging flaps. The more of such loose things on the light, the more likely it will break over time. I once saw another brand that added a touch screen on a tactical light. Right, guess what was the first thing to break on that light? Alright, so now you know. Next up, controls. Nitecore did improve one very important part. What used to be the large mode button on the EDC27 is now a customizable button that you can set to either instant turbo or instant stroke, which is perfect because there are groups of users that just want instant access to either turbo or stroke. They had trouble getting to either modes on the older EDC27 because it used a two-stage switch, had to half press for turbo and then full press for stroke. Under stress, where you're just smashing the button down, it's hard to get to turbo. You most likely go into stroke, which may or may not be what you want. So with the EDC25, the big button is now a single stage press and you can customize what the button does. So by default, it does stroke. To change to turbo, when the light is off, just press and hold the big button, and without releasing, full press the power button each time to cycle between turbo or stroke. Once you release, everything is set. Okay, so now it's in turbo. Now you might be wondering when to use which. Strobe is great for crowd control and getting attention. Nitecore has perfected the randomized strobe frequency and is very, very effective. A lot of police officers I know swear by this strobe mode. When you flash a crowd with this, you will get their attention. Turbo is more for creating a wall of light, either to suppress visuals of suspect in a vehicle while you or your team surround them, or to quickly light up a large area to scan or quickly spot targets. Both are very useful and professionals in different fields will find each useful in their own respective work. Which one do you prefer? Do let me know in the comments below. Another cool control design is from off, half press and hold to get 15 lumens ultra low. This is great when you don't want your light to turn on at full brightness. Like this, you need a discrete light to move around, search through your bag, and once you let go, it turns off. You can barely hear a click from this, it's that discreet. If you want it to stay on, just full press and then half press to cycle through the brightness modes. You can see the blue indicator here change as you cycle. It has mode memory, so if you leave it at level 2, turn off, turn it on again, and it goes back to level 2. To lock out the light for safety, when the light is on, full press and hold the power button until the red lockout indicator flashes once to access half lockout mode. In this mode, you can only access momentary turbo or stroke. The normal on-off doesn't work. You can see the lockout indicator flash once to tell you it's in lockout mode. To unlock, quickly short press, hold, wait for the blue light to light up, and then it comes on at low 15 lumens. Now it's unlocked. To get to full lockout mode, press and hold until it blinks once, blink again, twice, then now it's in full lockout mode. In this mode, none of the buttons will work. Right? When you press, you'll see that it's telling you it's in full lockout mode. If you forget to lock it out and you don't want to burn a hole in your pocket or bag, there is a proximity sensor here in the front, and it can tell if there's any obstruction in front of the lens and lowers the brightness to 500 lumens, preventing any overheating. This is the same safety feature on all the modern lights like the EDC27, MH12 Pro, EDC33, EDC35, and now it's on this EDC25. Right? It does not work in turbo because previous feedback was the guys pressed it up against a tinted window to see what's inside, but it detected the window as an obstruction and lowered the brightness at the wrong moment. So now that's been fixed, the sensor won't get in the way of your intent. Recharging is very quick via the covered USB-C port here. You can see the green charging status here, just 1 hour 15 minutes for a full charge and you're set. And that's really fast. You can combine it with the Carbo 20K here, 10K here, or you can also use the latest Carbo 6K, right? A really small battery looking carbon power bank. Just plug it in and it works. So with something like this, you can charge it on the go during any downtime. The battery size is just 1700 mAh, a far cry from the monster 5300 mAh of the MH12 Pro. Hence the huge runtime difference. 1 hour 30 minutes on the EDC25 at 1000 lumens versus 4 hours 30 minutes on the MH12 Pro at 1200 lumens. So you can clearly see that this light is not something you bring along for long search and rescue ops, perhaps as a personal backup light but not as a primary light. This light sacrifices runtime for the slim shape. Now there's a lot of arguments online on built-in battery versus replaceable batteries. If you need replaceable batteries, don't blame a built-in battery light for being poorly designed. Right? It just wasn't designed for you. Right? Nitecore has a huge range designed for every type of task and user. There's built-in battery, there's replaceable batteries with built-in charging ports. Right? They have everything. So all you gotta do is know what you need and pick the right light for your work. That's all there is to it. So next up is grip. It's perfectly shaped for the knife grip, right? Just like the Benchmade here, it sticks out a good few inches for striking, with 4 textured pads on the side for solid grip. The notch above the pocket clip acts as a thumb rest in hammer fist and also for pushing into pockets and webbing. This way you don't push down on the buttons while holstering and leave the light on by accident. On the flip side, it also helps on the draw. Imagine this is holstered somewhere, you just pull out this way. If it's in your pocket, right, just slide in this way up and you're good to go. This is also not your typical pocket clip. It's thick, screwed in, and it won't snap off. Unlike the lights where the pocket clip snaps on like this, with enough force it will eventually just snap off, especially if you have a lanyard attached to it, and retention is important for you. So one of the key considerations is to keep the light on your person when you get into a scuffle with someone. The EDC25 is slim, stays close to your body so you don't have less items dangling around in a struggle. If you want to run a wrist lanyard, you can, with this loop here that's large enough to fit a paracord. So note this light is rated IP54, meaning weatherproof, not waterproof, right? So don't go diving with this, it's not rated for underwater use. So that's it, the 5 key design features that makes this the best concealed tactical light that gives you maximum brightness and quick access without the bulk and weight. The amazing controls for the 3000 lumen turbo strobe, right, signaling 3 long 3 short no problem, LED indicators, the knife grip, right, the strong pocket clip that just works so you don't need any other holsters, and the quick 1 hour recharge so there's hardly any downtime. All that in a slim one-handed light that fits in your pocket, right? So should you buy the EDC25, remember who this light is designed for. This light sacrifices runtime for shape, speed, and weight savings. So if you value runtime over anything else, then this is not the light for you. The MH12 Pro with its 4-hour runtime will be a far better fit. But if the points above make sense to you, the quick draw, the personal backup light, it means you're squarely in the range of who they're designing this for. And there's no better duty light that does this specific task better than the EDC25 right now for 2024. So don't put your personal safety on inferior flashlights that claim to be tactical. Nikkor has been making lights for professional operators for years. Over 15 different international agencies has Nikkor as their standard issue. So they know exactly how their lights are used, the increasing challenges that operators face on the ground, and what's expected of future gear. So when you have over 10 years of R&D built into a light, it's impossible to go wrong. They're all ready to order now at nikkorlights.com/EDC25. There is a bulk discount option as well and a very cool offer. So it's perfect if you're buying for your team. Once your order is placed, we'll courier everything to your door within a couple of days. Link to order is in the description box below. As usual, this comes with our 60-day money-back guarantee and fast free 3-year warranty, so there's no risk at all. That's it. If you'd like to see more videos like this where we help you choose the best lights for your work adventure, subscribe below and I'll see you on the next video. Alright, MJ signing out.